Hi Virgo, here's a general look at your solar chart for the whole of 2013 in a nutshell, very much in a nutshell. There'll be some more detail written up on my website, like the Mercury retrogrades and some little bits and pieces like that. But this year it looks as though there's quite a emphasis on your communication sector. And you'll probably be out and about more, you'll probably be putting the word out there, you'll probably be learning new stuff though. And being very much the seeker of truth in certain areas. But anyway, speaking of your ruling planet Mercury, that's going to be in your opposite sign Pisces for quite a while, so that's worth a mention. It goes into Pisces on February the 6th, 2013 and comes out on April the 14th, 2013. And for some of that time it will be retrograding. And this will mean that for you, communications or conversations or thoughts, ideas could very much be centered around others in close relationship, in your personal life, but also in a business sense as well. So it's centered around them, but also with them, or with a series of one-to-ones. So there's an awful lot of very much feeling as though you may be a go-between type person, or a consulting type person, or somebody that you just on the other end of the phone or Skype when somebody needs you. And you're that sort of person anyway, I know. But yes, it does seem to accelerate that area there and emphasize that area there over that time between February and April. There's also going to be 2 solar eclipses in 2013. One's on May the 9th in Taurus, and that will signal new beginnings for you in a communication sector, and it could be through education. And that's either you as the student, you as the teacher, or the advisor in some way, or travel, broader horizons, new areas of interest. So a new beginning through any of those areas, any of those ideas there. And then there's going to be another solar eclipse in November the 3rd, when the focus is in Scorpio. And that could be new beginnings in the communication sector again, through travel again, through education, but it's more on a kind of practical, everyday sort of level, whereas the first one is more on the higher educational level and longer distance travel. The second one is more day-to-day practical and more travel within a locality, or travel that you could do within a day maybe, by a vehicle. I mean by a car rather than an airplane. So shorter distance travel, I think we'll settle for that and let you work out the details. You're good at working out the details. So anyway, it's definitely a time for you to be in touch with others, to put the word out to others, to pick up that phone, to make that visit, whatever it's about. Because solar eclipses, generally it's a neutral energy, and it allows us to make improvements in an area where we need to make improvements. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But on the other hand, I expect there's always room for some improvements, and every little bit helps. Venus and Mars are going to be in very long transits, but they're not starting those until the very end of the year. Venus is going into Capricorn right at the November the 5th, 2013, and will be in Capricorn in a very good angle to your sun sign, which is brilliant news for you. Venus, the planet of love and beauty, and also money and grace and ease and flow, in a very, very lovely angle to your sun sign between November the 5th and March the 6th, 2014. So the potential of Venus's abundance could be coming your way, and it will be through an area related to romantic partners, leisure pursuits, creative enterprises, but also another way it can work is through youngsters, young people, children, but also animals as well, pets, and in general it will bring this sense of grace and ease and flow to your whole demeanor, really, and help with your confidence, help with you feeling special, which of course you are, but we don't always feel that, do we? And with Venus here, you're likely to get this real feeling of being appreciated for your creative effort, for your ability, for just who you are and how you are. So it sounds good to me. And then Mars enters Libra right at the end of the year, December the 8th, 2013, but stays there until July the 25th, 2014, a heck of a long transit for Mars. So more on that one later. Suffice to say that it will be dynamically activating your financial area, area to do with property as well, your domestic situation, your possessions maybe, and physical effort may be expended on getting those things as you want them to be. Now, Jupiter entered Gemini on June the 11th, 2013, and it's going to stay there until June the 25th, 2000. Did I say 13? I meant 12. It went into Gemini on June the 11th, 2012, and it's going to stay there until June the 25th, 2000. And yes, I can hear everybody say, yes, you said 13. And it will be coming out of there on June the 25th, 2013. Right, okay, so, and then it goes into Cancer, and which is a much easier, more flowing angle for you when Jupiter goes into Cancer. But having said that, with Jupiter in Gemini, it's no bad thing. Jupiter is in your area of career in a very dynamic, proactive angle to your sun sign, Virgo. So that means that you can, doors will start to swing open. And because of the angle, you might not be feeling in the ideal mood, or you might be feeling that the time is slightly off. That's how the slightly more conflicting angle can manifest to us as, well, it's not quite the right time. But again, a Jupiter gift is a Jupiter gift, and it could mean that even though it's a little bit more of an effort, or you're puzzling a little bit more about which is the best direction for you to take, career-wise, or with your general life direction. It doesn't have to be about career. It could be about, where do I go from here? However it is for you, don't miss out on the Jupiter expansion and potential abundance. And it's more likely that you will be seen as the teacher, or seen as the one who's got the knowledge, or if not that, it's more likely that you will have a teacher come to you and a teachings come to you, or it could be a nice sort of balance of the pair of them, which is going to directly, or maybe initially indirectly, but ultimately directly affect what you're becoming in the world. And you can start to identify and feel more relaxed about being allowed to, or having permission to identify more strongly from your core with what you do for a living, and actually make some money out of it as well. So travel, foreign links, higher education, or connecting with those at a distance could all be part of this picture, whether that is like sort of shorter steps, short-term goals on the path to a longer term target. It will be to do with something on a wider stage eventually, or maybe not so long, not so far down the road. It depends on your natal chart, as always. And then from June the 25th, this expansion of Jupiter will move into an area to do with your friends, your circle of friends, your social life, but also your working associations, your working friendships, and anything to do with accessing a larger collective people, or a collective or a gathering of others, gatherings of others, or in fact others who've got special interests in common, and who you feel very much a kinship with. And your work schedule or your personal social agenda could be really bulging at the seams during that time there, during that year in fact, because Jupiter will be in there until July the 16th, 2014. Also, it's a very progressive area. It's a time when you can suddenly get the feeling as though things that have been hanging fire, things that you've been waiting to get on with, suddenly it starts to click together. And really, yes, I think from mid-year onwards in the Jupiter cycle, you will be feeling the benefit of the Jupiter cycle flow through you more easily than in the first part of the year. And all of you natives of Virgo are going to be feeling the benefit of the Jupiter influence, because it's finishing off in one sign and then it's starting in another, so it's going to be covering all the degrees of your sign, either from Gemini or from Cancer. Now, Saturn, from October the 6th, 2012, Saturn began a 2.5-year transit challenging you to work more diligently at communications, media, education, sharing your knowledge, learning, getting more knowledge, being the student, and also travel, vehicles, travel, short distance, long distance travel. And you should be developing your speaking and writing skills, and perhaps integrating a new understanding of some field or other, or way of delivering information or knowledge, or just your feelings. So using one of the other mediums of self-expression through the arts, maybe, or the crafts, and developing these skills, which it would be advisable to do, is going to be a little bit like chipping away at a sculpture, as it always is with wherever Saturn goes. It's never fast. Nothing ever happens quickly with Saturn, so it's chipping away at something, plugging away at something, and as you get to the bottom of things as well with Saturn in this area here, you will begin to realize how you think, and how you were maybe educated to think at a very young age. So a lot of you will be starting to ask questions about your thinking and whether certain things really are true. Or, you know, what have I been missing here? Because there's a lot of stuff I really have kind of overlooked. And they've been on my blind side because I just haven't directed my attention in that direction. And it's like you will start to get to the bottom of a perception itself, and how perception is just perception and not necessarily overall truth. You may realize you've got to make some changes to your own habitual way of perceiving or viewing things, and communicating as well, and in fact sourcing your information from this world. Maybe not the normal channels, you know, maybe those normal channels are just feeding an outlived, irrelevant set of perceptions. I mean, who knows? I don't know. I'm just sort of babbling now. But anyway, you Virgos born the 25th of August to the 13th of September, or with between 3 to 21 degrees of Virgo rising, are likely to feel the vibration the most on your sun this coming year. And Uranus is still in this dance with Pluto in our skies, which is we're seeing as that vibration is manifesting in a concrete way worldwide, with the economic meltdown and the unrest and disruption and the violence in pockets all over the place. And this is these two slugging it out together. But change will come, and the new shoots, the new green shoots will turn into strong and sturdy plants in the future. But Uranus is working through Aries in your solar chart, and that means that it's slowly going to be revolutionizing the way your joint finances work. That's to say, jointly held with another or through an outside agency. And it depends on where your sun is in Virgo, but if you've been struggling with difficulty in that area, with the joint financial area or joint joint interest, joint property, shared property, then the tendency of Uranus is to reverse things. And so therefore it could reverse the order. It may just flip all the cards in your favor, and that sounds like a good thing to me. But if you're doing okay, then just remember to be ultra flexible in your thinking in this area, and welcome in the innovations of the new to safeguard and maintain your position in that area there. Now, for many years, Neptune has been making its influence felt in very subtle ways in your life. You could have been very guided by dreams, and also you could have been very idealistic about others, and very supportive, very much in a serving role in the lives of others. And at times it may have been hard for you to separate yourself or find your own true place. I meant to say separate yourself from the needs of another, or find your own, where your own edges are. But anything in the area of health was to become interested in the subtler, more vibrational remedies rather than in the harsher chemical ones, which Neptune does rule, but also Neptune rules the energies which are working in a more subtle, holistic way in the body, or the remedies. Now, anyway, the interest has come away from there and moved and gone into your area of close relationships, and will be there until 2020s, for a very, very long time. So just watch out for the blurred edges, not knowing where you end and someone else begins, or putting somebody else on a pedestal. And even if they are your soulmate, there's no need to put them on a pedestal, because that's not going to teach them good lessons, is it? And all soulmate, all of us are here to be, teachers, and to our opposite soulmates. So, and we have, of course, many of them. Well, this is what I've discovered anyway. Now, during this long transit of Neptune, would be time to learn how to balance who you are, and get clear about who you are, and balancing your hopes and your dreams about a partner, and your standards, I suppose, with what's doable and reasonable and rational, and also not only in the love department but in a professional sense as well, and avoid over idealizing others, over romanticizing others, or in a business sense, don't overlook the details there, because you can with this position of Neptune. And you Virgos born from the 23rd to the 29th with up to 6 degrees of Virgo rising. That's the 23rd to the 29th of August, sorry. And up to 6 degrees of Virgo rising will feel this energy mostly in 2013. And Pluto is slowly doing a slow evolutionary dance in your solar chart and regenerating you from deep levels. He's in a very, very beneficial angle to your sun, and he will be helping you get the control that you need, to feel the empowerment that you need, to feel the self-worth that you need, and you will be reborn, and leaving behind any maybe lack of self-esteem or lack of entitlement that you started off with several years ago now, about 4 or 5 years ago now, I think, perhaps more like 4, when he came into this area of your chart. And you could find a very deep soul connection with someone as well, and this can again feel quite compelling, and give you a sort of a knowing that you don't need really to, even you don't need to analyze. And you Virgos born 30th of August to 5th of September, or with up to 12
degrees of Virgo rising going to feel this energy the most over 2013. And that's it. If you know your rising sign, the same applies as always. You can find it and listen to that, and then that'll give you increasingly sort of an outline of what's coming up over the next 12 months, the grand view. And I hope you have a lovely time at Christmas, and everybody's enjoying themselves, and you're happy and not and you're able to relax. And I will see you the next time.